Because as men, we naturally want to, but oftentimes as women, they just want us to. See, the way that you lead is actually through. What if I told you that your wife needs this one word from you? Are you ready for it? I know some of you are going to be like, okay, I already lead, bro, or she won't let me lead. Let me help you out with this, okay? There's an acronym for lead that I want you to understand. L stands for listen. See, this is what it says in 1 Corinthians chapter 16, verse 13 through 14. It says, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men, be strong. Let all that you do be done in love. Did you catch what it said in there? It said, act like men. What does it mean to act like a man? Is it when we're 16 and we can drive? Is it when we're 18 and now we can buy a pack of cigarettes? Is it when we're 21 and now we can drink? Is the way that we act like a man is that we have a big F-150 or we have a Raptor, right? You know, those sick trucks. What really is it to be a man? Do we wear flannel? Do we wear plaid? Like have a big beard? What's a man? Well, I just told you. We act like a man by leading. L-E-A-D. And the L stands for listen. Are you listening to your spouse? And I know what some of you guys are going to say. You're going to say, I listen. She doesn't listen. That's the problem. But here's what we have to do. We have to understand this big thing is that if we want them to listen, we have to be transparent, vulnerable, and honest. See, what happens is we want them to listen, but oftentimes when our spouse is speaking to us, we're actually just trying to fix their situation, fix their problem, right? That's why my wife and I, we've come up with this solution. Here's a solution for you. Whenever she brings a problem to me and she's venting, I ask her, is this a listen conversation or is this a fix it conversation? Because as men, we naturally want to fix it, but oftentimes as women, they just want us to listen. See, the way that you lead is actually through listening. It's not through you fixing. But that's the opposite of what our minds say. That's like even right now, creating this YouTube video is to help you, right? It's to fix something that you're doing wrong because this has fixed me with what I was doing wrong. We're just natural fixers. Even as you hear this, you're like, oh, I'm going to apply this, right? You're going to start fixing it. You're just not listening, like, oh, that was good, right? That's not how men think. But we have to listen. We have to listen. We just have to be that sounding board for our wife. The E, ready for this? L-E, okay? We're doing lead, L-E-A-D. E is encourage. We want to encourage our wife. We want to encourage our children. We want to encourage our boss, even when he's discouraging to you. We want to encourage others. We want to help them see who they can be. See, what happens oftentimes to us as men is we will speak to the thing we do not like in our spouse. We will speak to the thing that we do not like with our kids or with our boss or with a friend, whoever it is. But instead, we need to speak into what we do like with our spouse. Encourage her. What is she doing that's great? Maybe she cooks a meal for you that's fantastic. It's your favorite meal. Babe, I love it when you make that chicken marsala. Oh, girl, you just kill it. Oh, the way that you know, and again, I don't even know how to make chicken marsala, so I can't talk this up. But whatever she does that, babe, I love it when I come home and the bed is made and I get to crawl into a nice warm bed, whatever it is, right? Babe, I love it when I come home and the house is clean. You do such a good job of cleaning this house up while I'm at work. Again, whatever it is. Men, I'm just trying to teach you. We have to be encouragers. And here's something, okay? If you're not encouraging yourself in the Lord, it's going to be hard for you to encourage her. If you're not spending time in the Bible, if you're not spending time in prayer, if you're not spending time seeing how Jesus led, you're never going to be able to lead your wife. Because what you're going to do is you're always going to point out the thing that she's failing in. Or you're going to feel like when she's pointing at you, the things you're failing in, you're like, well, I just quit because obviously I'm not good enough for you. No, encourage her. Okay. A, apologize. One of the strongest things that you can do as a man is being, like I said earlier, transparent, vulnerable, and honest. If we say it like this, honest, okay, vulnerable, transparent. When you're apologetic, your wife thinks that's hot. Like Chrissy has told me before, she's like, I don't think you're sexy when you're trying to flex when I'm touching your arm. She's like, I think it's sexy when you're honest with me, when you're vulnerable with me, when you apologize. When you share what's really going on, when you're not trying to fix the situation, but you're saying, I need help to fix this situation, or I'm sorry, I broke something. I need to admit this to you. See, we as in the world, we don't lead the way Jesus led. We try to lead from a place of superiority, but Jesus actually said, I did not come to be served. I came to serve. So us as men, we have to model that in our homes, and we have to apologize. We have to come down to the level of a servant, and we have to admit when we're wrong. I'm just telling you what, you want a strong relationship, admit when you're wrong. Don't cover it up. Don't hide it. Don't try to fight through it. You just share what you did, how you, and here's the thing. I'm telling you what, I've told a guy this before. He made a horrible mistake, but I told him, I said, listen, when you tell this was his fiance at the time, now they're married. But I said, when you tell her, let me just promise you this, it's going to be hard, but you don't want to keep it from her because sooner or later she's going to find out. But when you tell her this, she might break off the wedding. She might cancel the engagement. She might do all this stuff. I said, and here's the thing. If she doesn't, you have to be okay with her bringing this up anytime she wants. And even though she's a Christian, you're like, oh, well, she should forgive me. She shouldn't bring this up anymore. Yeah, I understand all that. Okay. I get all that. But here's the thing. The way that women think, the way that they process and function through things, it could be 3 weeks later, it could be 3 months later, and they will bring it up and they want to know, hey, why did this happen like this? Why did you do it like that? What? And they're not even blaming you. They're not trying to guilt you. They're just trying to understand where your mindset was. But us as men, we get to a point of like, well, we apologize. We shouldn't have to say anymore. No. If you messed up, as much as they want to ask questions, you just answer the question. That's what true humility is. Us just, yep, I'll tell you again. I'll answer it again. This is what it was. This is what I was thinking. This is where it happened. This is how it went down. Whatever it is, we have to apologize. And the last thing, because some of you might be like, this is too hard for me. Christianity isn't for everyone. Marriage isn't for everyone. Being a man of God. What did we just read in 1 Corinthians? Act like men. To act like a man is not for everyone. Now we have people in our society, they're like, oh, I'm going to be a man today because I'm going to have surgery. No. Surgery does not make you a man. Okay. There's a way to be a man. And I'm teaching you right now. It's to lead. D is die. You have to die to yourself. See, Jesus even taught us this. He said, you're going to pick up your cross and you're going to follow me daily. That's what it's like to be a servant. That's what it's like to be a leader. Leaders go first. Leaders are the ones that are taking all the arrows. They're taking all the shots. They're the ones that are dying. And let me just tell you, man, there's so many things that we have to die to in life. We have to die to our wants, our desires, our selfishness, our lust. When we die to ourselves, we are saying, God, you have priority over my wants and my desires. And that is going to reflect into your marriage. That is going to reflect into your children, because your children are going to see a selfless man. Your wife is going to see a selfless man. Your boss is going to see a selfless man. But what our world tries to say is, no, don't die to yourself. You get you. You do you. You get what you deserve. But God teaches the opposite. He tells us to die to ourselves, pick up our cross, serve those around us. Again, 1 Corinthians chapter 16, be watchful, stand firm in the faith, act like men. Hey, if today you're going to put this LEAD acronym to work and you're going to act like a man, I want you to hit that subscribe button right now. And if you're looking to go deeper in your relationship with your spouse and you want to invest in your marriage, I want you to go ahead and click this video right here where we're going to take you deeper in your communication with your spouse.